guys. So Saturday, what day is it? Monday?
Don't know. I haven't been drinking alcohol in almost a week now, so I'm having
21st.
lack of memory syndrome.
Saturday the 21st. You can see we're back in the workshop, back to work.
And all the cars made it back.
Yes.
All the cars made it back. Just.
Yeah. So I thought I'd just do a wee recap on how things went. Colin's politely come down, finish things off
And that's better to do.
before he heads to work. By the way, Colin's not sponsored by Boost. just to let everybody know, he's not sponsored by them.
Boost, if you're watching and we're famous one day, send me tins. I will drink them all the time.
We will accept donations to anything.
Well, not anything.
Well, not anything.
Not anything. No. We don't want like donations of dead fetuses or anything like that. We're not real well.
Not yet.
Not yet, anyway. Give it a few more years. See if this whole stem cell thing kicks off.
So yeah, we're back on Monday night. I think everybody's hasn't really talked to each other. Everybody's sort of doing their own thing, but I thought I'd just do a recap on how things went on the way home and stuff. And I didn't get much footage on the way home, but everything went pretty smooth. Fortunately, we had zero breakdowns that I know of when we were over there. No real problems that way mechanically.
We did have one car had a part fall off. That was wee Andy's.
Yeah, wee Andy's, yeah.
Wee Andy's wiper cap fell off, but it doesn't count as a breakdown. But
yeah, it didn't stop.
Didn't stop him.
Yeah, I think he had a wiper arm fell off or something in his rear, but he wanted the wiper anyway, so it's sort of given the incentive to do that now. But yeah, we had zero issues this year, which was great between everybody, and we made good time on Monday. There was no real problems with traffic. We had a slight problem in the M5 with roadworks, but lucky enough it wasn't closed. It was just a sort of bit of a slow traffic jam.
Yeah, I reckon we added 45 minutes onto our journey.
It was pretty good, and it was a straight shot then up the M6 straight to the boat, which was great.
And send that we all got separated.
We all got separated, but you're always going to have that with a 12-car convoy. Like you're never going to stay together. It's going to be quite difficult to do that. 4 years before we've been able sort of to keep together, but that was less numbers. So, but everybody knew we were going. It was quite handy.
The English road system's fantastic for getting anywhere.
It's pretty handy. Like when you stick to the motorway, it's pretty handy. You've got a few tricky junctions while they're at. It's straight shot the motorway, straight across from Chester, then straight across to Clayhead. We made a good time. Stevie decided he didn't want to drive, so I drove his car up that's why I didn't get any footage on the way home. But I drove his car up, and I think we made 3.5 hours even with the traffic jam. So pretty good.
Yeah, I took a wee detour off. I was originally in the convoy, sitting at 60 mile an hour, and then everyone started just passing me, and I went, I'm just doing 60 because I thought fuel economy because I'm tight. And Connell was just behind me, and I peeled off about 40 miles before the ferry to what I thought was McDonald's because I was in Boston for a lash, and it wasn't. It was like a 20-mile detour to actually get back to that junction. So that's great. Didn't even get to the 12 minutes.
Yeah, so we didn't really see it. We were behind yous.
Yeah.
And then I think there's two exits you can take, and both go to the same place, but one's a wee bit shorter than the other. And we happened to do that. We ended up going the shorter route, which was great.
I think that's the Exeter turn off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was handy enough. And I think that's how we got in front of you guys, yeah.
Yeah. Must remember that for next year because you must have got chopped a good bit off it, like.
Yeah, we must have, yeah. Because we never seen anybody since then. That was us. we were wondering where everybody was, but lucky enough we all worked out okay. Everybody got there safe, and it was a really nice day.
It was a beautiful day. Beautiful day. And everything was smooth sailing apart from the ferry. It wasn't rough, but it wasn't good. But it was definitely a vomit comet for a few people. They were chundering everywhere.
Yeah, it was quite windy. We reached Clayhead. It was quite windy, and I think that affected the boat, but it wasn't too bad. It's been a lot worse.
Definitely been a lot worse, like.
So, roundup for the trip.
Right. Well, in case you didn't see it, it was cancelled. Great. Two out of three.
The only 2 years has been cancelled at 14,
Yeah.
and we have to be there. But yeah, it's always the way.
But it still turned out to be a reasonably good day. Gemma and the organisation team, they did what they did in 2016 and just did it along the road leading up and down the MG factory. So we got the prime position right in front of the plinth, and as you may have seen by some of the pictures, we got the deck chairs out and sat on the plinth with deck chairs watching all the cars go past, which I thought was genius.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
You know, and there was a few people who were a bit raging. You could tell that why did the Northern Ireland and Ireland people get the plinth and the plinth area around it? And it's just, well, simple. We're not sharp bastards that complain about everything. We're just grateful to actually get there, and we're there to have a good time. Whether it had been rain, hail, sleet or snow, we were still going to go and do what we had to do.
Yeah, that's it.
But I mean, the photographer said well, it was over 2,100 cars he took pictures of.
Is that right?
That blue pig or moon pig pictures or something like that. He said he took pile.
I suppose he take one of these cars,
Yeah.
even though, yeah.
So he left a card in mine. My card was something like 1,800. So
Fantastic. Don't think that's many, is that?
well, he said he was also taking pictures of cars going up and down the road.
Yeah.
So he has ones that obviously he didn't get to give people the cards, but I have a picture of him he took in 2017 of my ZTT driving into the field, and I'm not gonna lie, it's the best picture you could possibly get of my car. I mean, and it's also on the best side, it has at least a scrapes on it. So unfortunately my face is in it, so it ruins the picture.
Hashtag new filters.
Hashtag new filters, yeah, or fog lights like ours. Fog lights are. But I mean, yeah, it was good. It surprised me what actually turned up this year with the event being cancelled. I would say there was a lot less in the way of 75s and ZTs this year, but there was a lot more in the likes of 800s and 600s,
Yeah.
and the Honda generation of vehicles, which was good because again you just don't get them in Northern Ireland, so it was great to have a really good poco for someone. Like probably my second or third favourite car of the day was a 1998 420 GSI Tour.
Yeah.
That was great.
Lovely, yeah.
Oh, it was beautiful. And as I was talking to the owner about it, the past owner comes up to him and says, I used to own that car. And his name was on the logbook, and he was the first owner, and the guy that currently owns it was the second owner. So you just don't get stuff like that happening. You know, but these sorts of stories are very common at Pride of Longbridge and events around it.
Yeah, well, I would say the same, and you know, there was a few monogram stuff there, which is really nice.
Monogram stuff.
And then monogram stuff when it comes out, and you get them all parked together, and you see like the rare ones. It is a sight to behold.
Yeah.
It's just, especially when the guys really take care of the cars, you can see the ones that have been taken care of, and they're completely immaculate, and they spent money on the cars, and it is really, really nice to see. Like Colin says, the older stock was nice too. There was a lot of 800s, a lot of 800 Vitezes, coupes.
A lot of coupes.
There was some really rare stuff there, a couple of rally cars and track cars, which I'd never seen before. We got a few of us went down at one stage and we were talking to a couple of owners, and me and Stevie talked to a guy that owned an MG Turbo, Metro Turbo.
Is that the red one?
Red one.
Oh, it's lovely.
And he was telling us,
Lovely.
yeah, it was really, really nice condition, and he was talking about us, and it was really, you know, that's more the thing. You know, you can go up to people and you can talk about the cars, and there's nobody's going to take offence to you saying anything. Or, you know, everybody's very keen to talk to each other, and you know, we spent maybe 10 minutes talking about that car to that guy, and you know, very friendly. He told us how he bought it and where he got it from, and you know, it's just great, and a really, really nice car as well. So stuff like that. Obviously there's going to be people going to be annoyed. You can see it on the Facebook stuff. That people are going to be annoyed about it, trying to cause issues with it.
For no reason.
For no reason.
No reason whatsoever.
There was a couple of events on Sunday, and you know, people were saying about them and stuff, and how it was a really nice thing. But at the end of the day, Pride of Longbridge is a massive event. Last couple of years, it's been 5,000-6,000 cars, and there's very little venues who's going to cope with that. It doesn't matter where it is. Maybe NEC, maybe one of the bigger museums, but very little is going to cope with that kind of numbers. That's what I find is people don't realise that, and the people you need to run that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have that available.
And the thing is as well is they're not like a charitable organisation. It's Gemma who organises it primarily, and it's her friends and maybe volunteers from each club that go to the event do it. Like, she'd asked us to volunteer, but because of the way things were, we didn't know what was going on until the very last minute.
We can guarantee that we were going to be there at a certain time, blah blah. So it was hard for us to say. But we would have said yes.
But we would have said yes. But in the end, it was sort of weird, like, you know, because we were running around helping out, you know, because of where we were parked in front of the queue gate, which is the plinth. I spent quite a bit of time after I'd been up and down the roads, making sure the emergency access was clear, helping out, and obviously other people were wanting to get their cars onto the plinth for photos. So I was sort of coordinating that, and then assisting whoever was on the road, shouting at people, saying people to slow down. Which wasn't the MG and Rover owners.
Yeah.
It was just people who were driving by being nosy, and they were flying down the road at 30 mile an hour when it was clearly 2-3 deep either side. Just
yeah, well, the organisers did the best they could.
Did a good job.
It's a very hard situation, and obviously the council and the police and all. The police were quite involved too. You can see them were there, and I think even they had to walk up and down as well.
Yeah.
Which was good. You know, it's good to see that. And there wasn't really any issues that way. I don't think.
There was no hassle the whole day.
No hassle all day.
All day.
And you have that many people there, and that many people walking down up and down the middle of the road. You could have issues that way, and I wouldn't like to be organising it.
No.
I wouldn't like to be involved.
I know what Tullingmore's like, and you maybe get 80 to 100 people out, but whenever you've got that many cars, that many people, and then plus people travelling just to do it, and then of course the factory wasn't closed that day that we were there.
The sales is still open. The sales is still open.
So there was production vehicles and staff and all coming out, and it just shows you how you're not aware of who's coming and going. That because I was trying to keep the gate free, I started barking at this guy who had blocked the gate, the security gate for fire access, and it turned out to be the head of the factory, which was great.
Did you run away, did you?
I just went, well, you shouldn't be parking there, mate. he laughed at it.
That's Colin Robson.
Yeah, that's me, Bob. But then the guy who was in charge of the facility came up and parked with us.
Yes.
And had a lovely wee Rover 200 VI, and he's been at the factory for 25 years, and you know, he was amazing sitting talking to. It was really nice to get a senior high-ranking manager's perspective of Pride of Longbridge, and also how he views the future of the factory.
We have met him before a couple of years.
Yeah.
We have met him before, and he drives a V200 VI.
It's beautiful. I want a VI.
Yeah, VIs.
VIs are the future.
So yeah, as always on the way home, it's everybody on the boat, talking about cars, talking about next year's projects, looking in Gumtree for buying stuff. It's always you always get the bug. You get the bug on the way home, and you're thinking about what you can do for next year, what things you want to get done for next year. And I know there's a few of the group have got projects that they want to get done, and I feel like I need to buy cars, maybe a bit different from what they have, which would be nice too. So that's what it's all about. It's you get that bug and you can't get rid of it, and you have to work away. So
I think also Pride of Longbridge is good for even though it gives you the bug, it sort of rebalances you as well, because it gives you like what a realistic expectation you can do. Because you might have this grand idea, you might have this silly idea, but just walking up and down and talking to people and talking to them about what they've done to their cars, you sort of go, oh right, that costs a lot more than I thought, or oh, that would have cost a lot less than I thought, and then you're inspired to go from there. So that's why it gives you that bug, that urge. Or like honestly, I was talking to one of the guys, and he was saying to me about the prices of like 800s back there, 820 turbos. If one comes up for sale in Northern Ireland, it's halfway decent. You're talking 2.5-3 grand. Over there, they're 800, 900 pounds.
yeah,
So
they're a lot more. It's just because they're common.
yeah,
They're
they're
a lot more
common.
common. It's good. That's what I think some of the guys away realised was that they got to see a lot more stuff than they've ever seen before over here, because we literally don't have the cars over here,
No.
and it gives them a bit more of a look to see what they want to have and what they want to buy, and like you say, it is affordable. It's not like it's way out there. Not at the minute. I mean, some of the stuff might be, and monograms and stuff might be, but all the other cars should be okay, and you can buy them, and you can fix them up and do whatever. So before we're interrupted with the dog, we're going to get interrupted again.
Seamlessly edited in, you would never notice. No, on the Sunday we went to the MG Owners Club race series, sponsored by Peter Best. We got to see ZRs and Fs and TFs racing around Rockingham Raceway, which was brilliant. It was really good to enjoy, but it wasn't just them that was there. There was the Clio Cup, there was the Volkswagen Classic Cup, there was like a junior under 16 racing league. What was the other one? Well, there was something else as well, but it was great because like some of the
really,
we're carrying on, we don't care. Some of the see it stuff. Where we're starting from now. I reckon just fucking edit it up and just leave the banter in it for it. Alright, because we've been interrupted multiple times by our unofficial mascot Poppy. What were we talking about last? The Hondas. Yes, we were talking about the Honda touring cars. Some of them were proper touring cars and part of the series, but they Honda guys like our Honda boy that was with us, good old Robert, he was sitting messing his pants at the VTEC screaming going up and down the road. But one of them came off, it lost a wheel. That wasn't the end of the driver's plight. As the thing was getting loaded on by the low loader, we were all sitting watching this, and the guy is just, no! Brings it down to the pit lane, and they nearly wreck it again, get off the pit lane. I'd say that car was scrap.
Well, it wasn't great now.
Was not.
It wasn't great. Here was operating that lorry, it wasn't the best.
I would have breathalyzed him, to be honest, like.
But, no, it was definitely, it was good. I have no real video of us coming back, but I think everybody enjoyed it. It was a different day. It was a wee bit cold, but it was good.
It was a bit cold compared to the Saturday, like.
It was very windy and it was quite cold. We were quite exposed where we were in the top stand, but Rockingham was fantastic. You can see everything from one place. You can see the whole track. You've got a really good vantage point.
There was good food. There was facilities, the toilets. It was clean, easy parking. And what did it cost us on the day?
£16 now. £16 each, but if you'd booked online, it would have been cheaper, which we tried, but we couldn't do it. But it wasn't even that. That was Sunday, and I think everybody just took it easy Sunday night, and then we had to drive back Monday, so everything worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it was good, and what I really liked as well was we met more people this year. We kept getting introduced to more people. Obviously, Gemma being the sort of central element. The Friday night that we were there, we got there on Thursday night because it was quite late. We all just went to bed. Friday, we went up to the factory, took the photos on the plinth, etc. And we knew the show was being cancelled by then, but as in previous years, there's nothing gets everyone buzzing like going up to the plinth and getting the photos taken in front of the factory, because it's what you drive there for. You get there, your car's in front of the factory. Don't get me wrong, I have my 75 Tour. I wish I had an MG Rover sign instead of just MG, but that's where she left the factory. And what we discovered was when we were there was one of my tours is now went to scrap, was born on the 13th of April 2001. We were there the 13th of April, and I thought it was my blue tour, and I was devastated when I found out it wasn't that car that left the factory that day. But we all had good fun, we all got good pictures of the plinth, and we went back and parked up, and a few people went and arranged and lifted parts that they'd done, because that's another thing as well, because you buy stuff on eBay, you may as well lift it when you're over there. And just like Aaron got a rear anti-roll bar for his ZR. Now don't get me wrong, we give him some abuse about it as standard, like,
and he fitted it.
And he fitted it out there, like, fair play. That's commitment. But went back, and then we had a good eating and drinking and staying in the hotel. I mean, the Beefeater.
Yeah, it does the job.
It was great. I had bourbon ribs 2 nights in a row. It was great. And then, of course, what was the bar called?
Cambridge.
The Cambridge, yeah. Yeah, we kind of wrecked that place, didn't we?
It was basically next door, which was handy.
Mm.
So, I think they're sick of seeing this place. I think that's why they threw us out early Saturday night. Didn't really want us to be there.
What bar closes at like 10:30?
The last orders was 11:15.
Yeah.
So that's how bad it was on a Saturday night.
No, that was a Friday night as well. They did the same thing.
was a bit later in the Friday night.
But to be fair, we had drank them out of Peroni, sour shots, that cider that I drink, the red strawberry cider, and then I moved on to mixed fruits. It was gone. What was the other drink that we drank about that we're giving off about? That was supposed to last the whole weekend. It was gone. But we were the last to leave, and like, who was it? Was it Carla Crane? Yeah, shout out to Carla Crane for giving us all rainbow shits the next morning on Saturday. Well, me, because she was buying all the sours, and the barmen were just going to run out of glasses, so we're just getting like shots and pint glasses and things like that. But it was good crack. Her and Sam and Gemma and Andy and Carlton, a bunch of other boys that all organise it and they're involved with it. And
yeah, it's really the organising team it seems like a real family friend thing. They're all dead on and they all get on, and it all seems a bit of crack. So I think that's why we get on.
Yeah.
Carla and Sam, that's the first time I met with both of them, and they were, you obviously see them online, but it was very good. It was good crack. Fair play to them, they were up early on Saturday morning. So.
They were up. They must have been up before us. We were all responsible drivers the next day. There was only one of us couldn't drive, and she wasn't driving anyway.
Yeah.
And she basically sat like this, with her hoodie on the plinth and didn't move. So she sort of became like an unofficial statue. But
well, it's sure, like I said, Premier is like at most 5 minutes from the factory.
Yeah.
So it's extremely handy.
It was good. The food was good, and then
we had very little issues, no mechanical issues. Everybody seemed happy enough. Everybody was in good form on the boat on the way home, and everybody was still talking. So it's always a good sign.
That's a good sign. And we all got off the ferry and we all went our separate ways, and that was that. But obviously we forgot about the one big thing that happened on Saturday. Hashtag featured cars.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Colin had his radio interviews.
Well, we actually sat and worked it all out. I was on BBC Birmingham. I was on that Broomsgrove newspaper, whatever that's called. I was on that, was it free radio or independent radio?
Yeah.
I was interviewed by a couple of YouTube channels, and then obviously, of course, there was other independent magazines and things like that there. But the big one for us was that we got a picture in Classic Car Weekly.
Yep. Yeah. Photographer seemed to take an interest in us.
Yeah. A guy called John Leakey. If somehow you're watching this, John, thank you very much for taking that picture and arranging it. We didn't think we were going to get the picture in the end because of just the way everything was going, but smashing picture of all the cars around the plinth and all sitting in front of it.
Yeah, it's a lovely thing to have.
Yeah.
Even for just for like a group thing, it's great.
Yeah.
We'll always have that now. And you've got going back to what you're saying about the plinth. That, when the guys get the car on the plinth to take a photo, you're always going to have that.
Yeah.
It's something you're always going to have, and you can always come back and look at it and its memories. And when you go, even if you go to sell the car, you say, look, there's a picture.
Yeah. But the other thing as well is, from what we were talking about to a couple of other people, will not mention names, but they're involved with people in the factory. The plinth might not be there next year.
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah, because of half the factory that we were walking around and saw it this year. Half the factory's been cordoned off. It's going to be flattened, and the plinth is on that side of the area that is going to be flattened. So whether it remains, whether it goes, no one seems to know.
Yeah. But I think that hopefully that will stay. I think it'd be really bad if it goes as well. It's not really affecting anything there, so hopefully most of it will stay. The really out there stuff will stay. Yeah. Obviously the factories, I understand why they would sell them and flatten them, and obviously there's money involved and etc. But I think the main ones that people see should stay. It'd be nice to have that. But we'll not know. Well, it's probably see on Facebook first.
The next few months or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see first, but hopefully it stays. But at least we've been there the last 3 years, and we've been able to get the photos we want to get, and everything we have is there. But we'll see what happens.
And the big question now is, we were all asking everyone, would we do it again? The question for me, yes. I I would like to get there in 2019 as long as funds allow. What I would bring, I don't know. I would like to have another car because I'm selling up quite a few bits and pieces. I have an idea for a wee car that I really would like to do up and bring. Hashtag ZR Race Series. That's another matter. You maybe see that as it develops, or as it doesn't develop. Pipe dreams, not
more like
no faith, no faith. And so that would be nice. I would like to get back again. Would we do it the same way?
I think if we're doing it again, I know mixed up.
Yeah.
I think we'll try something else. We'll try maybe stay somewhere else, or me personally, I would probably maybe take a short trip. I would maybe just fly in or something, or just go in for the day. It depends. Really depends. Like Colin says, situation. What cars? I might take a car over. I don't know. It just depends when it comes to time. Maybe Christmas time, we're sure to sit down again. But personally, I'm a bit. It's obviously annoying that the 2 years we've gone hasn't been a full event.
Yeah.
And that has been quite frustrating for me personally, because I've been looking forward to seeing everything. And obviously you get a good taste of stuff, but you don't get the full experience, which is something I try to explain to the guys when we're over there. But
because 2017 was so good.
2017 was
so good.
We got a really good day for it, and it made all the difference when you get good weather, and the park is fully open and everybody's there. And you see, again, 17 it fell on Easter weekend, so again we didn't get the full. I don't think everybody was there that would have been there.
No.
Because obviously a lot of people have Easter weekend off and they want to spend it on their own. But I think if we got a proper event, everything goes right, and the park's open, and we get a huge event, and I think every year it's getting bigger as it is anyway. So I would just love to have it, start one experience and have it do me. I'd be happy with it.
I do think there is some justification with people saying, oh, we should get a backup plan, but it's catch-22, because if you move the event too far from the factory, then it loses the whole link with the factory. But I can sort of see with people, there was boys there from Holland, Amsterdam, Germany, Austria, and had driven there for the day, and they still came down. But there was boys that were posting on Facebook when we lived 20 miles away.
Yeah,
they're